dire warning on climate change.
You're battling Mother Nature, you're likely to lose.
The damage is particularly devastating for farmers.
Irreversible damage.
The worst flooding in a lifetime.
Nearly 1 million species are at risk of extinction.
Biodiversity is all about the variety of life. It has to do with animal life, plant life, bacteria, where we find these different organisms, what kind of habitats they flourish in. We really rely on biodiversity for maintaining healthy, robust, high-functioning ecosystems. As humans, we would be in great peril if we continue to lose biodiversity at the rate at which it's occurring currently.
And that's because of us. It's the things we are doing to the lands and the waters that are causing the loss of these species. That's a big problem for us because these species can play important roles in the ecosystems in which they occur. They can be the pollinators, they can be the creatures that help to provide the food we eat, the shelter we live in, and at the same time they can be sources of new medicines and new breakthroughs that will help us lead better lives. Historically, the biggest threats to biodiversity have been the destruction of natural ecosystems to make way for croplands, the overexploitation of wildlife, the spread of non-native or invasive species, and increasingly we're seeing climate change as a serious threat to biodiversity.
We also know that healthy ecosystems can be part of the solution to climate change. So forests, mangroves, these are ecosystems that are complex, but when they're healthy, they can store a lot of carbon, and so that can help mitigate the effects of climate change.
My graduate students, postdocs, and I are focused on a single question. How do we find room for biodiversity in an increasingly crowded, hot, and hungry world? We've got to have more parks and protected areas. We need to develop more sustainable agricultural practices, manage our fisheries so that they are not over-harvested, and of course, we have to tackle the issue of climate change.